Hey folks, this is Matt once again. Decided to move to a different angle to make it better to reach these. The next thing up is my Chuck Norris collection. Um, if I can get them out of there. But, start off with a couple movies. Again, if I can get them out. There we go. First off, we have Good Guys Wear Black, which is the film where in Expendables 2, the reason he was named Booker was because he's called John T. Booker. I don't know why they picked this film, but of all the Chuck Norris films to name him after, you picked that one. I probably need to get another DVD of this, but The Octagon is one of those I found really cheap, and these just like this, pretty much. This slides out, but still, that's The Octagon, which actually has a little making of the film. No interview with Chuck Norris that I remember, but still, a little making of. A Force of One, which also has a little making of. Might be the same one. Well, the How American Cinema Changed Hollywood Forever, that's the same as that one, but yeah, this has a little making of as well. This was a film that was, this DVD was actually sent to me, which I really appreciate because this is a hard to find DVD. And that's An Eye for an Eye. Yes, this is an overseas DVD, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, really nice to have this. An Eye for an Eye. I would like to review all the Chuck Norris films one day. One day, that is. But got a couple there. Got Silent Rage, classic movie. Missing in Action. Then Missing in Action 1, 2, and 3. If you're wondering why I got this when I have Missing in Action, well, really enough, this is this DVD's defective because it has. Is it that one or that one? Yeah, this one. The it's like two versions of Missing in Action 3. Like, there is no Missing in Action 1. Anywhere that I flip it, it's like, okay, Missing in Action 2, Missing in Action 3, and then I'm supposed to be like, oh, here's Missing in Action. And I can see a widescreen or full screen, and it's neither. It's just a fucking, it's the sequels. So I had to buy this separately. Now, for some reason, I'm the guy that runs into bad luck with that. Same with Code of Silence. I bought this separately because, yeah, there's a DVD here which I'll pull out. And actually, this happened to two things. The only one that works correctly is Delta Force 2. The Delta Force doesn't work right, and Code of Silence goes out of sync. So, I had to get the Delta Force and Code of Silence separately. Because this fucking pack, only Delta Force 2 worked correctly and was in sync. Like Code of Silence, when it got to the third act, all of a sudden the dialogue was out of sync. And that's what you did when you put fucking 3 films on one disc. And I know someone else had it and they had no problems with it, but again, I'm the guy with the bad luck with that. Lone Wolf McQuade and Breaker Breaker. Firewalker. Really enjoy this film. Invasion USA. Classic. It's Time to Die. The Hero and the Terror, which I enjoy. See, this did the 3-pack thing right. Hellbound, The Hitman, and Forced Vengeance. Forced Vengeance is a pretty underrated film because no one ever talks about it. That's a lot of fun. Forced Vengeance is pretty much 90 minutes of Chuck Norris kicking everybody's ass. That's really what it is, which is what makes it so fun. Then yes, Top Dog, The Cutter, and then this pack, which has The President's Man, A Line in the Sand, and Logan's War, Bound by Honor. And I know it's not all of them. Like, for example, to get to, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, I figured it'd do that. Shit that I hate. Anyway, as I was saying, Sidekicks with Chuck Norris is now released on DVD in the US. So I had to make this with Sidekicks on it. I also put The Making of Invasion USA, which was on YouTube. And then I actually put on I Am Nancy, which for the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff, because that DVD is just way too expensive for me. But I think there's other Chuck Norris films that I don't have, but so far that's the only ones I have. Superman, the Christopher Reeve collection, which has all 4 Superman movies. There's the classic, which is a 4-disc set. Superman 2, fun movie. I do not like the Richard Donner cut, so fuck that cut. Superman 3, which I've always had fun with. I've always had fun with the movie. And Superman 4, The Quest for Shit. This is shit. But yeah, Superman 4. I mean, all 4 Superman movies. I am not getting Man of Steel. Fuck Man of Steel. I will never get that movie. Not even for $1. Some movies you just say, fuck it. And that's one of them that I say, fuck it. Superman Returns, which I can watch this as a time waster. I really can. It's a 2-disc set. Has quite a few features. And this definitely has problems. Yeah, actually this has a DVD with Radio Adventures of Superman. But, yeah, it's a 2-disc. This is one of those movies that it has a lot of problems. It needed more action. The whole baby thing should not have been in there. Like I said, it's a time waster. But I can't in clear conscience say that this is worse than Superman 4. I'm sorry, I can't. That has horrendous special effects. At least Lex Luthor... Kevin Spacey is better than fucking nail press on surfer dude looking guy. And yeah, people breathing in fucking outer space. And I'm sorry, I don't think this is as bad as that. And I'd rather watch this than Man of Steel, because at least this Superman, he is a bit emo, but he's not so emo that he fucks up the entire city and doesn't give a shit about cleaning up or looking for survivors. Instead, he's too busy kissing Lois Lane and then flying off to Never Neverland or where the fuck he went. Oh, but I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. I really don't give a fuck. I don't mean to be rude. I just really do not care. Because when I did my rant, I heard it all. And I did not change my mind. I'm sorry. Of course, his name was Jason. Which I have the other documentary over there. Actually, do I? No, it's actually over there. But his name was Jason, which I remember being kind of disappointed in the main documentary. But this too has some good features on it. But it's nice now that there's the true one out there. But at the time, I'm like, this is pretty disappointing. I mean, this too saves it. but his name was Jason. Again, they wasn't. Again, disc 2 is cool, but that was when they did fuck up. Of course, my Nightmare on Elm Street DVD set. Someone actually sent me the Blu-ray set, which I have over there, but I'm keeping this because this is just too cool. This is just too cool of a set. I mean, look at this. Now you notice the first film is not in there because I replaced it with the Film because it's a 2-disc set and it has more features, including The House That Freddy Built, The Legacy of Newland Horror, The Origins of Wes Craven's Nightmares, Never Sleep Again, The Making of the Original Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, there's much more into it. And of course, this does have Nightmare 2, which I enjoy. I've always enjoyed. Nightmare 3, which is great. Nightmare 4, which is probably my favorite. I would say it's my favorite. Nightmare 5, which of the first 6 is the worst. Freddy's Dead, which I have always had fun with. Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which I think is great. I reviewed all these anyway. And Encyclopedia, which is a bonus disc that you have to look through this labyrinth and find like interview clips and music videos. You have a booklet. And then these are the 3D glasses. I'm awake now. I'm awake now. I actually saw Freddy's Dead in the theater. That's not the only reason why I like it, but I still like the film. Okay, now maybe I can put this stuff on there. It's tough when you have all these big ones and they'll just fall and shit. Okay, that goes here. Out, get in there. Stay. Okay, this out. Let me wait. I also have Never Sleep Again, which is a great documentary on the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Wonderful. I have this, which I found online and bought. You could buy the TV show, but I was more interested in this because it's a 4-disc set of unreleased extras. If you're a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, you need to have this. It costs, this was years ago. Years. And this has TV spots, odds and ends, deleted scenes, alternate music, alternate TV scene of Elm Street 3, the uncut deaths from Nightmare 5, Freddy's Dead deleted scenes, the 1-900 number spots, Robert Englund on Mad TV, Fandoria's Weekend of Horror segments, I Love the 80s, when they talked about the first Elm Street, the Freddy Krueger Video Hour promo of MTV, some Spike TV, Freddy vs. Jason bumpers, Stephen King's This Is Horror, Elm Street segment, Freddy vs. Jason set visit on the E channel. There's stuff like music videos that were not on there. Dream Wars effects footage was like at least 30, maybe, no, I think it's longer. There's the Freddy Krueger MTV Video Hour. There's like the 30-minute making of Elm Street 4, which was shown on TV, which I think you can find on YouTube. Town Green Show, which he interviews Robert Englund. Freddy's Dead, the making of the Final Nightmare, which aired on TV. Freddy's Speech, which was a Showtime special. Monster Vision, which Wes Craven was the guest for Bob Briggs when they talked about Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Quite a few stuff on this. So, yeah, if you're an Elm Street fan, if you can find that, wasn't released officially, that's why it says unreleased extras. This one is not my fault. I plead the fifth on this. This is not my fault. This is not my fault. Well, whose fault is it? How the fuck did I get this anyway? How the fuck did I get this? I think my mom gave this to me because she knows I like movies. Hey, you like Freddy Krueger? Shows how bad I blocked it out when I can't remember. So yeah. It's like, damn, you really blocked it out. Shit. I can't remember how the hell I got that. I really can't. Maybe I showed it on an update and someone will know. I can't fucking remember. I really cannot. I do remember this, however. Very nice guy. Very, very cool guy. Got this for me. Of course, I reviewed this. And I talked about this. And this was always such a cool gift. One of the best gifts I ever got. Yeah, check out my review of the box set. And if you're watching out there, if they're watching, I never know whether to say people's names or not, because some people are okay with it, some people are not, because they don't want people bugging them, and some people I just don't know, and it seems like no matter what I do, I piss people off. Like if I accidentally give something away, just out of the blues, people get pissed off. Sure has a spoiler warning. Well, I'm just pissed off. I didn't mean it. I don't know. If he's watching, thank you so much for this. Thank you. You know who you are. The Halloween Blu-ray set. I mean, I have the Elm Street and this. Again, one day I would like to get the Friday the 13th. One day. But yeah, as the first film, quite a few features on that. 3 commentary tracks. Night She Came Home featurette. Halloween Cut Above the Rest. Halloween 2, this is the one that I had before. I had this one already, so I wanted to keep this just of the slipcase, the slip cover. Same with Halloween 3. And I do have Halloween 4, the DVD. I kept this DVD because it actually has, for some reason, the Halloween 4 one doesn't have the commentary with the writer Alan B. McElroy, but this DVD does, so I don't know why. And you have stuff like, see, do I want to show all of them? I'll show a couple. I mean, you saw like Halloween 5, which has a commentary with Don Shanks and some other stuff. You have like, of course, the big one, Halloween 6, which has the producer's cut as well as the theatrical and a lot of features, which was actually, the features were interesting, as was the commentary with Don Shanks, because I just think Don Shanks seems like a cool guy. H2O, pretty in-depth documentary, and a commentary with Steve Miner and Jamie Lee Curtis, moderated by Sean Clark. Commentary kind of pissed me off, because finding out that the whole bullshit for Resurrection was planned from the start. Or what? I don't know what the fuck to do with. I mean, I'd have to watch it again. I just remember that pissing me off. And of course, Resurrection. And I did keep a few other stuff from before, like this Halloween 2 Blu-ray I had before, which has Terror in the Aisles. And then this, which is the bonus disc. Which the bonus disc is cool, because it has a documentary on Halloween 4, documentary on Halloween 5, and other stuff, so that was really cool. And then, like I said, I also have Halloween 4 for that. and 25 Years of Terror. Really good one. And last but not least, I have, let's see, once again, I plead the fifth on these. This one I got really cheap because I was curious about the documentary. I'll admit to this one. Elm Street remake, no. But I was curious about, they were super cheap. I was curious to hear the explanations. Because I kept asking, what the fuck? And I didn't get much answers. But you do have like a 5-hour documentary or however long it was on the fucking thing. And then Crystal Lake Memories. Fantastic. Really good stuff. Put his name is Jason over there. And put some of this stuff back. That there. I'll put that there. Alright. Where to next? Well, some other, I guess you call, collections. One on a guy that I don't mind, called Cain. His best film, Dead and Deader. I think this is actually a pretty fun zombie movie. Dead and Deader. You also have Breakaway. Supposed to be Die Hard in a shopping mall, but it was, I think, made for TV. So it wasn't that great. And stuff like Fire Trap, which I had a decent time it was a decent time waster. Phase 4, which I was curious about because of Dean Cain and Brian Bosworth. Dragon Fighter. This is actually sent to me, Future Sport, so that was very cool of them. Boa. Yeah, it's Boa. Dark Descent. Horrible movie. And another film that was sent to me, Final Approach, which has Dean Cain and Anthony Michael Hall, as well as William Forsythe and Leah Thompson. And Anthony Michael Hall is the bad guy, but one problem with this film is 169 minutes. For those who don't realize, that's almost 3 hours. And believe me, it didn't need to be that long. It was that really fucking boring. Okay. Next up is my Olivier Gruner collection, which actually a lot of very nice people had sent me stuff. For example, an official DVD of Angel Town from overseas. I believe it's his first film. Really enjoyed Angel Town. As well as being sent Nemesis. Great movie. Very underrated movie. That and this one are my favorite Olivier Gruner films. Oliver Gruner. Is it Olivier? I'll just call him Oliver. Fuck it. Oliver Gruner. Oliver Gruner films. Automatic. This is another one that was sent to me, but I enjoy it. Savat. Which is actually directed by Isaac Florentine. This is sent to me by another nice guy. I believe Duran, Mr. 707 Legend, sent me this. Mercenary, which is Oliver Gruner and John Ritter. And there is a sequel to this, which I have on VHS because it's only been on VHS. I don't think there is a DVD of it. Then you have Velocity Trap, which the cover is better than the movie. Although, weirdly enough, this has a commentary with the director, special effects expert, and Oliver Gruner. got this mainly for Interceptor Force. And then there's Interceptor Force 2. TNT. It's just as shitty as the cover. Mars. And I know one of these he's dubbed for some reason. Then the Circuit. And the Circuit 2. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Angeltown, Nemesis, Automated Savant. I'd say also Mercenary. Pretty much his only good to decent ones. I did have some stupid fun with Interceptor Force flicks. But, yeah. Anyway. Now let's get into some Marc Dacascos movies. First, there is Kickboxer 5. I actually don't have Double Dragon. Maybe one day I'll pick that up for the again, I don't collect much. It's one thing I collect. So for the collection, I would not mind picking that up for Marc Dacascos. But there's the base. Of course, these other films, as you can see, but mainly for the base. Scorcher. I was going to say. Only the Strong. Directed by Sheldon Lettich. His best film, Drive. My favorite film of his. I don't think Crying Freeman is out on DVD, which is too bad because I remember liking that film. But I did get sent Sabotage, which has Carrie-Anne Moss and Tony Todd, which it was disappointing, but it's nice to have for the collection. It really is nice to have for the collection, so I thank them for sending that. You have Solar Force with Louis Gossett Jr. Or Solar Attack, not Solar Force. DNA, which I have fun with. I would like to have seen the creature more, though. Especially considering KMB worked on the effects. But, yeah, it's DNA. There's another one that was sent to me. Brotherhood of the Wolf. Sanctuary. Alien Agent with Billy Zane. And I Am Omega, which I have fun with this. Again, it's Marc Dacascos. It's like the only Asylum movie that I like. I can't help it. Marc Dacascos beats the shit out of zombies with nunchucks. If you don't have a scene like that, you're in my love. I guess best way to put it. Well, I guess I'll go with this because they're here. Hellraiser films. Of the first film, the 20th anniversary edition. I have this. I'll show you the second film, which has commentary with Tony Randall, Ashley Lawrence, and writer Peter Atkins, as well as a featurette, Lost in the Labyrinth. This was a gift I got from Overseas DVD, which is very nice because it has a commentary, which is a pretty fun one with Anthony Hickox and Doug Bradley, plus some fun interviews, one with Doug Bradley, the other with Anthony Hickox. So that was fun. This, which has the rest of them, Hellraiser 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I don't care that I don't have the other one. Fuck that movie. And of course, thanks to my friend Mike, OCP, Leviathan, which I reviewed not too long ago. The story of Hellraiser and Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Which I know they're doing a Fright Night one, which I would love to get, but I have to save up money when it comes out. And, let's see. Some Jack Lemmon, Walter Mathau films. I like those two guys. The Odd Couple. And the sequel. Grumpy Old Men. And the sequel. Out to Sea. And this doesn't have Walter Mathau, but James Garner did a good job in this. My Fellow Americans. Directed by Peter Siegel. And we have... Sorry, I'm going to have to take another drink of water. I apologize, folks. When this was reality, I was so thankful for it because, I want to get this in order. I really enjoy these guys. I grew up with these guys. I love these guys to death. And that is the Three Stooges. I thought, man, why don't they release a set that has all of them? Not these bullshit 2, 3, 4 episode random shit. And I give Columbia Pictures and Sony that credit because they did. So you have Volume 1 from 1934 to 1936, which is the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing to be able to watch all these in a row. It still is the coolest thing. Volume 2, 37 to 39. 1940 to 1942. Then there's a when no, 1943, 1940. I was seeing if this is when Shemp got into the picture. I don't think so, not yet. I think this next one is the... Yeah, this next one is 1946, 1948. You still have Curly, but then he had suffered a stroke, and so they got Shemp. Which Curly's my favorite, but I always enjoyed Shemp. And then you had 1949 and 1951. And then 1952 to 1954. And then, coming to the end, 1955 to 1959. With Joel Besser, which is the worst Stooge. He did not fit at all, but it's still nice to have for the set. And then some extra stuff with Curly Joe. There's this, which has 6 of their movies. Have Rocky Will Travel, The Outlaws Is Coming, Rockin' in the Rockies, Three Stooges Go Around the World in a Daze, The Three Stooges Meet Hercules, and Time Out for Rhythm. And Time Out for Rhythm actually has Curly, but I think it was a film that they were in, but only for a tiny bit. I think also with Rocky and the Rockies, same thing. They both had Curly, but it's the Three Stooges. They didn't. I don't know if they starred in it. I think, from what I remember, they only had like little bits in it. No, maybe not. I can't remember now. It's been forever since I've seen these. But yeah, 2 of them has Curly, and the other 4 have Curly Joe. And then the one that it didn't have, but I remember liking, Three Stooges in Orbit. And that is the Three Stooges collection. I think the only... I'm not sure there's anything else with Three Stooges. Maybe the cartoons, but other than that, I can't think of anything. Guess we can move on to here. See, how do I do this? Okay. Yeah, I guess this would be first. This next set is going to be weird, but it's with a director called J.R. Bookwalter, in which the movies themselves are not really that great, but the commentaries and behind-the-scenes documentaries were really fascinating. Look at movie making on a very low-budget level, and it was pretty funny, and they're better than the movies themselves. And half the time, the makers would admit that as well. But I mean, his best one was The Dead Next Door. But still, this has a very entertaining commentary with Gerald Bookwalter, Michael Todd, and Michael Tolochko. Very entertaining commentary. Same with a lot of these, like Skinned Alive. Yeah, Skinned Alive. Not sure. I was trying to see what was in it. It's an eyeball. That's what it is. Not a good movie, but good documentary. Dissecting the making of Skinned Alive, which is 35 minutes, and how it became sort of a train wreck, as well as a commentary with Gerald Bookwalter and the effects guy. Just, I think because in those they're not really afraid to hold. They're not holding back. Just like Bloodletting, which Gerald Bookwalter only produced Skinned Alive. Same with here. But still, you have 35-minute making of, building a better Bloodletting. Then again, all the drama that went behind the scenes. I mainly got it for the documentary, to be honest, because I'm a sucker for that. The Vault, again, a pretty bad movie, but this does have, again, a fun commentary with James Black and Gerald Bookwalter, and it has Galaxy of the Dinosaurs. Has another movie which also has a very fun commentary with James Black and Gerald Bookwalter. Very fun, especially Galaxy of the Dinosaurs. And the other stuff, The Sandman, which once again, really bad movie, but has a really good commentary where Gerald Bookwalter and James L. Edwards talk about all the crap that went on. They were in this really shitty trailer park. There was a lot of people having sex. They were more worried about that than making the movie. Fights that broke out. The casting person that tried to get all of her people into it. And just fun behind the scenes. And then these movies are part of the, as Gerald Bookwalter calls it, six-pack. Because you need 6-pack of beer to watch them. And this one he's not too crapping on. He craps on a little bit, but, you know, Kingdom of the Vampire. But these he definitely does. Maximum Impact and Zombie Cop. Then the commentaries are really funny. And as well as the little making of Chick Boxer. Again, they really make fun of the movie and know how terrible it is. This one, which has, it says 5 movies. Project Valkyrie, Spaceman, and Gold Rose Double Feature. Mainly does this for Polymorph, which again has a fun commentary. And Humanoids from Atlantis. Again, they really make fun of that movie. Then Ozone, which is actually, for the low budget it has, a decent enough movie. Again, has a very fun commentary with James Black and Gerald Bookwalter. It's on just entertaining stuff. Horror Vision, which again has a fun commentary with Gerald Bookwalter's on it because he produced this. And I mean, even to a point where I think during the end credits they kind of make fun of Full Moon because someone mentions about he worked at a video store or something, and they would always get brought back Full Moon, and they're like halfway watched as if the person stopped watching them halfway through, and it was just pretty. I mean, they're pretty funny stuff. And the last ones are Witch House, Blood Coven, and Witch House 3, which again have a lot of features. And I'm can't say I'm a fan of most of the movies, but I'm a fan of the guy. Seems like a really nice, down-to-earth guy, and just really enjoy his backstories. Now get into comedies. Sorry about that. I have some Adam Sandler films. I have Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Bulletproof, which is an underrated one. Want to check this out again, The Waterboy. Give it another look. We have The Wedding Singer, Big Daddy. This is another one I wanted to give another look. Click. Still didn't like it though. Mr. Deeds. Anger Management. The Longest Yard. "51st Dates." I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, which I had bought this long ago without seeing it, and yeah, it sucked. You Don't Mess with the Zohan, which I actually like. And then some of his dramas: Punch Drunk Love, Reign Over Me, and Grown Ups, which I didn't mind the first one for what it was, because it seemed like it was really, most of the humor was just them making fun of each other and ribbing on each other. It wasn't piss humor or deer piss or anything else. And actually, I think I'm gonna move this. Be better this way. Hopefully, you guys will see me. Actually, let me set the camera. Yeah, it's fine. Let's move this. There we go. Now getting to some Jim Carrey stuff. We have Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and When Nature Calls, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and yes, the prequel, which I didn't watch as a time waster. I saw in the theater. I like it more than Dumb and Dumber 2, I'm sorry. Liar Liar, The Truman Show, Me, Myself, and Irene, Bruce Almighty, Film 1, Did You Have Another Shot? Fun with Dick and Jane. Same with this one, Yes Man. And this is one that it's a kid's film, but yeah, I've seen much worse. Mr. Popper's Penguins. I've seen much worse. Let me just put those over so I can... Shit. Okay. Ah, shit. Get into some Eddie Murphy stuff. Yes. Shit. Trading Places. I have more Eddie Murphy down there. Yeah, just had to separate the stuff. Best Defense. Eddie Murphy's fun in the film, but the rest of the movie sucks. Of course, that's because they made the movie and they said it sucked, and let's add Eddie Murphy in there. Coming to America. Got this from Metro, but also has Holy Man. So, Showtime, which I remember not minding actually. Bullfinger. And then these were Eddie Murphy films that I had not seen, but yeah. Imagine That. Meet Dave. And Tower Heist. Yeah. Actually, wait. I think Tower Heist was sent to me. Wasn't it sent to me? I think Tower Heist was sent to me. It's always hard to remember all that stuff. Okay, put this back. Put those back. And just continue with this stuff. Elm Street film I forgot to mention, but I enjoy. Airheads. And then some stuff that this one, I have Richard Pryor stuff down there, and I'll show this. This was sent to me, Blue Collar. And some Eddie Murphy stuff I got for cheap, for the collection. Dr. Dolittle and Dr. Dolittle 2. The Haunted Mansion and Vampire in Brooklyn. So now, whenever I do Wes Craven or Eddie Murphy or both, I didn't talk about that. I Spy and Daddy Daycare, which I actually remember now minding, actually. Said actually twice for some reason. And shit. Of course, my favorite, The Golden Child. Yeah, The Distinguished Gentleman. Don't fall, please. You have Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. And then the two 48 Hours films. I think that's all of the Eddie Murphy stuff I have. So next up, shit, that's gonna fall. I know it. Yeah, they'll all definitely fall. Okay, I'll wait on it. There's a series of DVDs that I got because they have commentaries with Bob Briggs. And they're informative and very, very fun commentaries to listen to. Better than the movies. For example, he did the commentary for Warlock Moon. So you see Bob Briggs' picture on there. Very fun commentary. Same with Samurai Cop, which I think this got a fucking Blu-ray, which pisses me off, and a sequel, because it's such a shitty movie. But Joe Bob Briggs, and it has an interview with Robert Zadar, who's no longer with us, because he was in this movie. And no, that is not in the movie. But, again, Joe Bob Briggs' commentary is fun. Then we have Run Angel Run, The Hells Angels 69, and I Spit on Your Grave. The only reason I have this is for the Joe Bob Briggs commentary. He's a fan of the film. I'm not, but it's still nice to hear him talk, and I don't know, I just enjoy his stuff. We also have The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies. Again, with Joe Bob Briggs. Commentary. Blood Sisters, boring as fuck movie. Even Joe Bob Briggs was getting bored when he was doing the commentary, you could tell. Blood Shack, aka The Trooper, which this is none of this is in the movie, by the way. But it's a fun Joe Bob Briggs commentary. This is like the only good movie he did a commentary on, and that's Hell High. Even though this DVD has some footage missing, I don't know why. It's like there's a scene where the kid is going to steal like a football jersey or something, and then there's certain, like, that scene is missing if I'm actually stealing it or something like that, and I don't know why. Like, this DVD is missing it. I don't know if it's like that on all the copies or what, but yeah, I still enjoy the movie. And the last two Joe Bob Briggs commentary films is The Double D Avenger and Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. I wish he would have done more commentaries. Or hell, let him do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let him do Friday the 13th, for fuck's sake. Why not? Don't understand why not. Now we get into some Richard Pryor stuff. Well, first off, one of his weakest films, but it does have a fun opening where Richard Pryor says, when the TriStar horse comes up and he's like, "What fucking wings? What's going on?" And then there's a crash. "Fucking white horse." And it's sad that before the movie starts, it's the funniest bit in the movie. And that's Another You. Last time these two were together on a movie. Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder. You also have Critical Condition. Brain Donors I did not care for, but I like Critical Condition. Moving and Grease Lightning. Stir Crazy. My all-time favorite Richard Pryor film, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, which I reviewed on the channel, is still up. I always hate when this bullshit happens. Oh my fucking god. God damn it. It's the pain in the ass of doing this thing. These fucking things keep sliding up and down. I gotta fix it. Have to do like 2 at a time or something. The Toy and Some Kind of Hero. And then we got Brewster's Millions, Bustin' Loose, Richard Pryor Live on the Sunset Strip, Richard Pryor live in concert, and Richard Pryor Here and Now. Which, whenever you've heard me say bullshit my dick, it's from this. Because there's a part where someone's hassling, where like he says like he quit drugs or something, and someone goes bullshit, and Richard Pryor says bullshit my dick. And that's where I got it from, was from Richard Pryor Here and Now. So anytime I said that in the past, say in the future, it's from Richard Pryor. And then we are now getting into the Jackie Chan films. Of course, I already showed these two, but I might as well show them again. Police Story Lockdown and New Police Story. And probably best to move this chair again, make it easier. Yeah, that'll make it easier. We got kind of going backwards on this, but oh well. Jackie Chan film called The Myth. And I did not buy this. My mom bought this. And you know I've admitted to shit, but this was not my fault. The Forbidden Kingdom, and I know she didn't pay this, because she wouldn't pay that much. But hey, you like Jackie Chan, you like Jet Li. Just not in that movie. But again, I'm going to keep her for the collection. And it was a gift. Let's see, what else we got? We got The Medallion and The Tuxedo. Not Jackie Chan's Finest Hours. We got Rush Hour. Rush Hour 2. And yes, the 2 disc of Rush Hour 3. I hear they're doing a TV show without these guys. Rush Hour 3 didn't work, but yet they think a TV show is going to work. This is a really good one. Who Am I? Kind of an underrated one. No one ever talks about, but that's a good Jackie Chan film. Get in there. Mr. Nice Guy, which I've always enjoyed this one. Actually directed by Sammo Hung. I like this movie. Legend of Drunken Master. Really good fight scenes. Then this pack, which has Operation Condor 1 and 2, Dragon Lord, Twin Dragons, Project A, Project A2, Super Cop, and The Accidental Spy. But saying that, shit. I still have these because they were separate. Operation Condor 1 and 2 because they're on separate DVDs. Well, that's in a pack. And I really enjoy Operation Condor. It's one of my favorites. And yeah, I know that this is really the sequel, and that's the first one, I know. The 2 Police Story movies, which I really enjoy. Especially the first one. And then get into Jackie Chan's First Strike, which I really enjoy. One of my favorites, Super Cop. which has some features. I forgot this had a commentary by Bay Logan. That's right. And one of my favorites, the first time I ever saw Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx. And with that, I am going to end this part. Hope you guys have enjoyed so far. And we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.